Fun.
Stand by.
It's annoying, isn't it? Waiting for somebody while they're playing with their phone or their media devices, playing on Facebook, texting their boyfriend. Welcome to Katie in the Morning. I'm Katie Page, Director of Member Relations at the National Association of Healthcare Assistants. Electronic devices are so helpful on our day-to-day lives. They let us stay connected with people constantly, getting those news updates, emergency contacts, everything, but there's really no place for them while you're on the floor working. One of the things you can do is you can keep them in your pocket, hang them in the closet or locker. If your boyfriend or your husband or your girlfriend or your wife can't go 2 hours without talking to you, that's what the landline is for. If it's an emergency, the facility will have no problem letting them call, if one of the kids got sick or got hurt, or if they were in a car accident, or, who else knows what happens while you're not there. But the thing of it is, when you clock in, when you hit that time clock, you put your name in there and you're on the floor, that is your responsibility. That's the moment that you're supposed to be in. There are several people who have lost their jobs because of pictures that they're taking in the nursing homes or at their job, period. Those selfies, we all know you're cute. We all know it. You look good in your scrubs, your little SpongeBob scrubs, that sort of thing. But if you're going to take pictures and post them on Facebook, do it before you go to work. Do it in your bathroom. Do it in your car. Don't do it in the bathroom at the facility. And please do not do it in the hallways. You never know who's behind you or what information is posted behind you that can be positively identified, and thus you're breaking the HIPAA laws, and that can cost you your job. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, I'm going to tell you guys a few experiences that I've had and some people that I have known personally who have lost their job because of the way that they've used their devices at work.
I promise you, in a NACA facility, residents get better care because they're being cared for by a higher educated, and I'm not talking college, I'm talking a person that has industry education. This makes them the best at the bedside, and we've proven it time and time again.
NACA takes care of our CNAs, the most important force within any long-term care community.
What a pleasure it has been and will continue to be to have the partnership that we have in Arizona, and I would really encourage other states to do the same.
Any facility out there that may be watching this that would like to go through the NACA process of transformation, you get a hold of NACA and we'll be there to serve with excellence every day, all day, anytime you need us.
For more information, visit us online at nacacna.org or call 417-623-6049. From the Heart, a weekly segment with John Willard, airs every Tuesday at 2:30 Central Time on CNA TV.
Welcome back to Katie in the Morning. I'm going to tell you guys a few experiences that I've had personally especially with social media and my cell phone. One of the facilities that I worked at in my earlier years of a CNA, I was a restorative aide, and for a while I ran the therapy department until they got a replacement for the physical therapy coordinator. And I was sitting on one of my 15-minute breaks at my desk, and I put a post on social media. And later that day, my director of nursing came to me, and she said, "Give me your phone." And I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Give me your phone. I know you were on Facebook and you weren't working because there's a post on there." And it turns out that the real time that I posted it posted later than what I had originally posted it. But there was no way for me to prove that, so I lost my phone for the day. And I had no problem doing that because I didn't do anything in the wrong. But unfortunately, there are CNAs that go into rooms, they go into the bathroom, text their friends, update their Facebook status while the resident is waiting there for care, or while someone's waiting for help with a resident. That's one of my biggest pet peeves is if you are in a room with a resident, you need to be in the room in that moment with that person, not playing on social media, not texting your mom, not taking a phone call. You are getting paid to be there to take care of these residents and commit your time to them. One of the things you shouldn't be afraid to do, especially the certified preceptors out there, is kind of step up and take charge, let that person in a positive way know that this is not acceptable behavior. I've had to do that in instances too, where I walked into a room and I'm doing all the care, as a total dependent person. I'm doing her top half, brushing her teeth, combing her hair, putting lotion on, washing off everywhere that needed to be washed off, while my partner, and it was actually her hallway, it wasn't even my hallway, I came over to help transfer her, was standing behind me texting her ex-husband. They were in the middle of a huge argument. That is not the time or the place to take care of that. And that's exactly what I told her. I turned around and I said, would you mind putting your phone away? And she kind of looked at me like, what? I'm new to this facility. Personally I was, and none of these other CNAs really knew me. It was only like my third day on the job. But I turned around and I said, would you mind putting your phone away and helping me do your resident? Which probably wasn't the right term to use because I clocked in the same place she did, which made all the residents my resident too. But she just kind of looked at me and I said, there's a time and a place for that, and this is not it. Can you please help me do her care? And she did. She didn't talk to me the rest of the time we were in there, but other CNAs had reported to me that they'd seen her with her phone out less and less. There was a time my grandma was in a nursing home in northern Minnesota, and she had multiple strokes. She had lost the right side of her body, the use of it, and I went up there as a 4.5 hour drive from where I lived, and my mom and I went up to visit her. And when we walked into the facility, this is 8 o'clock at night. This should be a rush hour for any of us. Care start at 7. If you have 12 people to do, there's no way you're done by 8. But we walked in, and my grandma's call light was on. And they didn't know me from Adam. But I was walking on the hallway, and there's 3 CNAs sitting on top of the nurse's station, playing on their phones. I think one was playing Candy Crush because I could hear it going off, and they didn't pay me any mind when I walked in. So I walked my mom, went down to my grandma's room, and I kind of poked around in the lobby, probably 5-10 minutes, and nobody even lifted their eyes or anything to not acknowledge that I was there. Lo and behold, I made it very obvious that I was there, and being a CNA, you know what you're supposed to be doing and when you're supposed to be doing it, so I made it very obvious to them that I knew what they were supposed to be doing at that time, too. At this point, my grandma's call light had been on for, we don't even know how long, because it was on when we got there, but with the 5 to 10 minutes that I'd just been in the lobby, her call light was still going off as well, along with several others. So that's just something to kind of keep in mind when you're working in a facility, especially when it comes, like I said, to the pictures that you're taking of yourselves or your friends. If you have a signed waiver from every resident in that facility saying it's okay to do promotional stuff on social media, on the internet, on community promotions, that sort of thing, and there's pictures that you want to take with the residents, or if the activities department is taking with you and the residents, that's perfectly acceptable. But if you're doing it with your personal phone or camera and for your personal use, and someone gets caught in the background and you don't have a signed waiver saying that they can publicize their picture, you just got yourself in knee-deep trouble. There was a CNA that had just started. I was training. This is probably 6 years ago. It'd be 2012. So yeah, it was 6 years ago. And she was very new. The cell phones, you had the flip LGs with the camera on the back that you'd flip open and take pictures. And it was a lot harder to hide those phones than it is the ones today. You can just stick in your sports bra and nobody knows it's there. But she had taken her phone out, and when she flipped her phone off, the camera went off and caught a picture of a resident who was not fully clothed. And she was roommates with another CNA. All of us were in college at that time. And the roommate, as a mandatory reporter, all she saw was this nude resident on the CNA's phone, reported it to our DON. And even explaining that situation, the proof is in the pudding. There's a picture of a half-naked resident, and you're new to the facility. Nobody really knows what your intentions are or anything. And that's just a bad situation to be in to begin with. So please, please, please make sure you are careful and don't carry them on you. Keep them in the break room, keep them in your purse, keep them in your car. And if your excuse is that you need, there's an emergency situation, like I said, that's what the landlines are for. At the facility, every facility has a landline. There's not one out there that doesn't. So give that emergency number to your spouses, to your loved ones, to your kids, so that they have it just in case they would need anything. But while you're on the clock and within those 8 hours that you're there, this is your time to shine. You should be spending that time with those residents. I'm going to let you guys go for now, and I will see you next time on Katie in the Morning.